greatness of the Raiders. Some may scoff, but what other pro sports team is instantly identified with a song like this one?
The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Hey, I'm into fucking nightmares. You guys with me on that? You gotta end somebody's dream. You gotta take their job. You gotta take their heart.
The greatness of the Raiders. Some may scoff, but what other pro sports team is instantly identified with a song like Equality? Or was his greatest accomplishment providing the NFL with a much-needed villain?
If there's anything we've ever done that I'm particularly proud of, I would have to say that the perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders, to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others. The thing that disturbed me most of all was the bad faith and fair dealing. For 3 years, I waited to hear Commissioner Rozelle finally tell us the reason that he wanted to split up this territory amongst the owners. They wanted it for themselves. Commitment to excellence. There's a commitment to excellence. The greatest players. We could get the greatest coaches. The great games we've played in. The flame that would burn brightest here is the will to win. Is the will to win. Is the will to win.
Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
The effort is outstanding. How about those Raiders, man?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully everybody's doing good. Cheers to everybody. Got a good show planned for you guys. Everybody in the chat, let's see what we got up in here. Got Rebel Raider, James Furpo, Southside Raider, what up? Auntie Six Soldier, how you doing? How you doing? Michael, 918 Fishing, Kevin Fleming. Who else we got up in here? Raider Force One, what up? Raider Ben, salute, salute. Who else we got in here? All right, man. I think we got a good little group up in here. So, I've been working all day on this video. Done a lot of research and stuff. What we're going to do, I'm going to have to do is I'm going to edit this video after we open up the cards and stuff. And then I'll kind of provide some history behind each player, kind of their history with the Raiders, their history in the NFL. I've been working on this all day and I didn't have a chance to get that done. So I apologize for that. But still got a great show planned for you guys. So starting out, kind of go over the show real quick here, guys. We're going to crack open this unopened pack, supposed to be unopened, but unopened pack, 1973 football cards. Some gems in there we could possibly find. And then we got a huge stack of cards in this box here. And all of those will be a complete set of the 1973 Topps football cards for the Raiders. So, I'll pull up my screen here, share it with you guys, show you guys what we got going on here. Going to be pretty cool in my opinion, guys. So, of course, we got the unopened pack right there. We got the team checklist with all the players, all the Raider players from that year. And, of course, this is the year of the Immaculate Reception. So these cards were printed right after the Immaculate Reception year because it was always like a year back. And then we got, of course, the George Atkinson we're going to be looking for. Super stud, really embodied everything it meant to be a Raider. He's still part of the Raider organization, helping out and stuff. So much respect to him. We got Pete Bonadzak, running back. So, he also helped the Raiders back in the day. Can't forget Fred Blendikoff, one of the best wide receivers in Raiders history. Definitely helped the Raiders will us to wins as well as help us with our Super Bowl victory. George Blanda, a guy that's really forgotten over time. He was a kicker, but he was also a backup, quarterback. So, George Blanda was 45 years old at the point when the Raiders, in 1973. So pretty crazy. George Blanda, everybody thinks Tom Brady was old. Well, George Blanda was still rocking at 45. So pretty crazy. And George Blanda is actually the oldest quarterback to ever throw a pass at age 48. It was only like 1 or 2 passes he came in because the other 2 quarterbacks got hurt. But pretty crazy when you think about it that he was 48 years old and he threw a pass in the NFL. So we have Bob Brown, tackle for the Raiders. He was an amazing tackle. Rest in peace. Willie Brown. Can't forget Willie Brown, man. One of the best cornerbacks, if not the best cornerback of Raiders history. I love that hair. I love when he would come on for the draft and be like, make sure you guys do something for your mom for Mother's Day. He never forgot to do that. So hopefully that tradition carries on in the draft and whatnot. And then we got Raymond Chester right here. He was number 87, tight end for the Raiders. The true number 87. A lot of us think Dave Casper, Ghost of Post, is the true 87. That's actually not accurate. It should be Raymond Chester. He was a stud, and forgotten about. And then we got Marv Hubbard, kind of a funny looking picture there, but he was all right back in the day. We got Horace Jones, defensive end. Carlton Oates. Horace Jones. This is his rookie card, defensive end right here. Okay. So someone will get that rookie card. And then we got Carlton Oates right here, defensive tackle for the Raiders. Coming up next, Jim Otto. I think that's a pretty cool picture. You can see the 00. Looks like, he's running pretty hard right there. And then we got Art Shell. Jim Otto, probably the best center, one of the best centers ever. Definitely the Raiders' best center we've ever had. But we've had a couple good ones here and there. But Art Shell, can't forget about Art Shell, one of the only players and head coaches to win a Super Bowl, especially for the Raiders. So Art Shell was definitely incremental for the Raiders and our success. And this would be Art Shell's rookie card. We have another rookie card coming up next, Mike Siani, wide receiver. Then we got Charlie Smith, running back. And then we got, of course, the rookie card for Ken Stabler, the Snake. So that's pretty sweet right there. Love me some Ken Stabler. We got Jack Tatum, man. Look at him. Look like he's about ready to kill somebody right there. Looks like he just came out of prison or something, And then we got Art Thomas, defensive tackle. And Gene Upshaw, he was with Raiders for a long time. One of the best guards we ever had. And then Phil Villapiano, can't forget about the Foo. Phil was one of the best linebackers we ever had. I love his personality, everything that, he is, really embodies what it means to be a Raider. So that's one of the guys that I'm excited to get a card of, and hopefully you guys are as well. And then, Nima Wilson or Nehemiah Wilson, running or cornerback, sorry. And then, of course, last but not least, you can't forget about the AFC Raiders versus Steelers, the Immaculate Reception game. So, when I kind of went through, you guys, and we think about legends, right? Think about what it means to be a sports fan, those who came before you in that sport or before your time. And I think it's important that we don't forget the legends, that no matter what sport or what team you root for, I think it's important that you never forget the guys that helped change the game, the guys that helped your team if they were able to get a Super Bowl victory for your team, or just a player that was part of the foundation for what your team is right now today. And that's kind of when I looked at, I wanted to go back in time. I wanted to do a throwback Raiders show, and I wanted to give a complete set of all these cards to somebody. This was important to me because for my fandom, I feel a lot of times we forget the importance of what these guys were for the teams that we love, and unless it's NFL or your team, the organization putting out a video of the history of that player or that year of those players, it's easy for us to forget how incremental those guys were for what we still cheer on right now today. And so for me, I wanted to do a throwback video, kind of give a history lesson a little bit, talk about fandom a little bit, something more than just cracking open some cards, right? Talk about the importance of players, what they meant to this team, this organization, what they meant to the NFL. The Immaculate Reception is one of the most controversial / I would say hyped up games of all time of NFL. And if you can get a card that reminds you of that, other than, like I said, your team putting out a video, all you really have is like pictures and a memory, you know? And so for me, it's like, I don't want these legends to be forgotten. Of course, I'm a Raiders fan, but no matter, like, there's so many greats, even from this 1973 year, guys, in this pack we're going to open up, there's some superstars. So for me, when I look back and I was like, what like year would I want to focus on? Originally, I wasn't going to do the 1973 Topps year. I was going to do a different year, but I started looking at the roster, guys. And when I looked at the roster, it blew my mind. Like, I just, when I went down this list here and I was like, George Atkinson, Fred Blendikoff, George Blanda, Willie Brown, Bob Brown, Jim Otto, Art Shell, Ken Stabler, of course, Jack Tatum, Phil Villapiano, Gene Upshaw. It just made me realize how many superstars were on this team. Like, this team was jacked, like, with superstars. And I was like, you know what? Like, I want that complete set. I was just going to get like a couple of the guys I really liked. And as I thought about it, I was like, you know what? At some point, it might be really hard to find these old school cards. I mean, you look back and you're like, from our lifetime to a previous time in history, will these cards always be available? I'm honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we're always going to have a point in time in history where you're going to be able to go back and get these cards unless you're going to pay a lot of money for them or something like that. So, we're in 2023 right now, obviously. We're at 50 years. These cards were printed 50 years ago. Like, think about just like meditate, marinate on that, of like a card that's 50 years old. You know what I mean? It's insane. If you can find a good looking card that's not tore up and damaged and stuff, that's 50 years old. If you're younger, that could be 2 of your lifetimes, right? If you're like 20, 25 years old, that could be 2 of your lifetimes right now. For me, I'm 40, so, about 10 years older than me. But, these are the greats, my dad being a Raiders fan that he grew up rooting for, and like what helped create him to be a Raider fan, which then got passed down to me. So, I wanted to do a show to honor these guys and to do a giveaway. The numerical amount isn't like a big thing to me, but it's probably close to $200 out of my own pocket. I've literally like handpicked all of these cards you guys see over here, right? All of these cards I handpicked to try to get ones that were somewhat cost effective, but also in good shape. So I put a lot of time just to get this set, to get 2 sets, one for myself, one for someone else in the chat. So for me is where we get into this and we really kind of, think about this. I just want to say that I appreciate, no matter what sport or what team you're a fan of, I appreciate those before us, and to show them some respect of what they did for whatever team you love. And I don't think those guys should ever be forgotten. And so for me personally, a football card, something as simple as like a picture on a piece of cardboard, this is what helps me remember and puts me in check maybe sometimes of how I should show more appreciation for those who were before my lifetime. And I think that's important as a sports fan. Like, we always want to surpass our previous grandparents or parents, create our own legacy, and understandably so. But at the same time, we wouldn't be where we're at without those before us laying the foundation for where we're at right now today. So with that being said, I just want to show a lot of respect to the Raider greats that, some of these guys, man, they had lifetime like injuries, lifetime problems after these years. The Raiders back in the day were a hard-nosed football team and a very winning football team. At one point, the Raiders were the most winningest franchise in NFL history. So, you look at it like that and what these guys sacrificed for the game. Some of these guys were even working regular jobs and playing football. Like, these guys were the foundation of what we see to now, where now it's a lot of prima donnas. Everything's more about money, I feel like. Back in the day, they just wanted to rip your head off. And so, I looked at this list when I was wanting some old school Raider cards, and I said, you know what? I said, this is it, man. This is one of the best sets that I could have. And I wanted to give it forward to one, someone that's in the chat with us right now. So that being said, appreciate everybody, man. Make sure you guys, I'll show you guys the hashtag word. Okay. It's going to be hashtag 1973 Topps. That's going to be the giveaway name. So for the giveaway, you got to be subbed to my channel. Okay. For the giveaway, you got to be subbed to my channel. You got to be live in the chat. Okay. And if I draw your name and you're not in here, you'll have like 1 to 2 minutes to respond, and then we'll move on to the next winner. So pretty simple. All you got to do is sub. You ain't got to pay shipping, none of that. And I'll send these cards out to you guys. So I'm pumped, guys. I am like, I'm pretty pumped about this. So hopefully you guys are as well. One last thing, there's some other guys besides Raider cards, guys, that could be some gems that could be in here. Just kind of pulled up a random site. But kind of we'll look at some of these other guys here real quick, and then we'll get into this. So 1973 right here. These are graded cards, okay? But here's a Franco Harris rookie. So this is also the year that Franco Harris was drafted, ironically enough, because of the Immaculate Reception. But rest in peace, Franco Harris. Excuse me, sorry. Here's some of these are signed. Don't pay attention to that. But here's like an O.J. Simpson. Here's a Roger Staubach. They got a Jack Tatum up in here. Jack Youngblood. Jack Ham, he was a stud for the Steelers back in the day. So who else we got in here? Ken Anderson. Then Joe Namath. Can't forget about Joe Namath, man. He was a rock star back in the day. So we got Joe Namath there. I know there's some others. I don't know if they'll pop up on this one. Mean Joe Green right here. So, there's some other ones as well. But, hopefully my goal of why I wanted to buy this unopened pack and share it with you guys is like, I really want a Ken Stabler rookie card. And that's hopefully in really good condition. So like, when we get into this coming here, when I flip my camera around, I'm like praying that we get a Ken Stabler rookie card. For me, when I look at kind of my fandom, I go back in time, try to think about, the Raider greats that have been like, part of the history that helped will us to wins, that embodied like my fandom of like, the fan that I am today for the Raiders that I love. And Ken Stabler is like my Babe Ruth. So if we open up this pack and we get a Ken Stabler rookie card, I'm going to be pretty stinking pumped, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that would mean a lot to me to get a Ken Stabler rookie card out of this. It's a long shot. I know it is, but there's some other guys as well too. So I took a gamble on it. I think I paid about $100 for this pack. They're not cheap. It's hard to find these old school vintage packs. And the funny thing is, I'd have to look it up, but I think these packs were like 50 cents back in the day. Obviously with inflation, everything, is costs more. But it's just funny when you think about it, of how everybody said this was like junk wax, right? And they still call like, well, maybe more of the 90s era junk wax, right? But at some point, this was probably junk wax. And now some of these old school cards are extremely valuable if you have one that's in really good condition and you send it in to get graded. You got to think the Ken Stabler rookie card is like a $10,000 card. If you were to look and for a PSA 10 graded Ken Stabler rookie card, and there's only like a few of them, it's over $10,000. So, for me, I would love to have a perfectly graded Ken Stabler card, but I ain't got $10,000 that I'm willing to, invest, or, I don't have 10 grand to buy a mint 10, Ken Stabler card. But of all the Raider cards that I would want, like maybe a perfect 10 of, would probably be a Ken Stabler card, like a rookie card, because they're rare. And who knows, one day, maybe it's like as valuable as a Babe Ruth card, like $1 million+ kind of thing. So you never know. Okay. I guess is the point. So what could be junk today could be valuable down the road, depending on how many prints are out there and stuff like that. So I'm excited, man. Hopefully you guys are as well. And I'll get into this. We'll open this pack up. I'll switch my camera around. Give me about 1 to 2 minutes, switch my for you guys. But, we'll start with this, unopened pack. Let's see what we get. And then we'll start opening up all these other ones, and then we'll do the giveaway. So appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a good night, and hopefully get something good, guys.
The greatness of the Raiders. Some may scoff, But what other pro sports team is instantly identified with the song Equality? Or was his greatest accomplishment providing the NFL with a much-needed villain?
If there's anything we've ever done that I'm particularly proud of, I would have to say that the perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders, to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
The thing that disturbed me most of all was the bad faith and fair dealing. For 3 years, I waited to hear Commissioner Rozelle finally tell us the reason that he wanted to split up this territory amongst the owners. They wanted it for themselves.
Commitment to excellence. There's a commitment to excellence. The greatest players. We could get the greatest coaches. The great games we've played in. The flame that would burn brightest here is the will to win. Is the will to win. Is the will to win.
Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
The effort is outstanding. How about those Raiders, man?
Let me adjust my camera a little more here. All right, I think that should be all right. All right, man. Ugh. Nervous, dude. I'm really nervous. I've been wanting to open this pack for a while. It's been hard to be patient. I was like, man, I want to open this thing right now. You know, I'm not saying we're going to hit something big, but you never know, dude. There's some cards in here that could be valuable. So, you know, I opened it from the like UPS package or USPS package, but that was it, just to kind of show you guys in one of the other videos I did. So they say, here's what they say on these vintage packs. If you guys don't know, they say to check the corners because it's really hard to fold the corners perfectly. And then they say that you should be able to see the roller marks on here. And they say when you peel this open, it shouldn't be like super sticky. Some people will open these and reseal them. So to me, it's kind of a hit and miss, you know, if it's been opened or not. So let's see. If you're if you've opened a bunch of vintage cards, you probably would know. See, it was like ripping. So like, I kind of question if maybe it had been resealed already. Let's get into it. Drum roll. Actually, we should do, give me a second here. I'm going to get a different card. We're going to use that to cover it up right there. Ken Stabler card. All right. Sorry about that. So, yeah, this is a Stabler. Tosses a 26 touchdown pass, 1974 highlights. So we're going to use this to cover up the card so we don't peek. So right off the bat, they have gum in here. Look how thick that gum is. 50-year-old gum right here. So all the old school packs back in the day, they have gum in them. I don't know. Some of these are like flipped around. Sorry. Some of these are like flipped around weird. Try not to peek. So right off the bat, we have John Riggins. Hold on, let me adjust my screen settings so it's not all jacked up here. There we go. Look at that hair. John Riggins. I remember him, man. He was a stud. So John Riggins. We had Larry Willingham, safety for the Cardinals. Got defensive tackle for the Bengals, Mike Reed. Look at that. Pretty sure that's those old school uniforms. Pretty sure that's a Broncos uniform right there. We got Ralph Baker, linebacker for the Jets. We got a wide receiver for the Bears, Cecil Turner. We got linebacker for the Giants, Pat Hughes. Got a tight end for the Saints, Bob Brown. Kicker for the Vikings, Fred Cox. Russ Washington, tackle for the Chargers. Last card, who's it going to be? Kicker for the Packers, Chester Markle. Man, no Raiders. That sucks. Oh, well. Be curious what this John Riggins card might be worth, but probably not much, I'm guessing. All right, guys. No Raiders, no Ken Stabler. Bummer, but it's all good. All good. All right. Let's get into opening some packs coming up here. So just going to start grabbing packs. We'll open them. We'll look at them. This is going to be the complete set for the Raiders 1973 Raiders of the 1972 season. So right off the bat, Fred Belendikoff. Pretty sick, man. Was pretty excited to look at getting some Fred Belendikoff cards. Make sure you guys type in hashtag 1973 Topps for the giveaway. This will be the last time I tell you guys. If someone's not in here, that's it. So only type it in once. If you type it in more than once, then you're not going to be part of the giveaway. All right. Keep her moving. Got a George Atkinson right here. Oh, they stuck like spam in here or something. They got give me a second. I'm gonna put this in a different sleeve because I want to read the back. Just gonna cut a little slit in these sleeves. So if you guys don't know, just cut a little slit, or you can cut a little slit in there in the corner, or cut a 45-degree angle, especially these old cards, because these old cards, the corners always want to roll over when you put them in a sleeve right down here. So got a little wrinkle right here. It's not in the best condition. It's not, I wouldn't say it's not great. It's not terrible. That's probably like maybe a 6 or 7 grade, I'm guessing. So George Atkinson, what's funny about this card is it's a 187, card number 187, and George Atkinson was always taking fools out 187 style. So yeah, it said a Raider regular, a strong safety for the 4 consecutive seasons. George is a Pro Bowl record with 205 yards and a punt returns in one game versus Buffalo, 1968. Nice. So that's a pretty cool card right there. And then we should probably not do a disservice for Fred Belendikoff here. So his says Fred was AFC's individual receiving champion in 1972, repeating his feat achieved in 1971. He caught 7 touchdown passes, the longest for 39 yards. So, and these have jokes down here sometimes that are funny or trivia stuff. It says, how many teams failed to score in an AFC championship game? And the answer is 2 if you flip it over. So that's kind of cool. I always thought it was neat when they would have those. This one was down here at the bottom. Says, when did the Cardinals move from Chicago? And down here, you flip it up, it will tell you 1960. So kind of cool. And, you know, these cards would give like their stats and stuff or like from previous years. So something a little different. A lot of the cards now, I feel like they don't do that. So all right, package number 3. So on these guys, I got I always got at least 2 packs or like, you know, 2 cards. There's a few players where I got, you know, like maybe 3 or something. I think George Atkinson may have been one of the guys I got more than a quantity of 2 on. So it's not centered very well, but just right off the bat, looks like it's in fairly good shape. So that's cool. George Atkinson, one of the Raider greats right there. All right, coming up, number 4. The one, the only, George Blanda. It says kicker, but he was also a quarterback for a long time. You got to think, he was 45 years old when that happened. George led the NFL in XPs in 1972 for 7th time in career, a league record. Pro Bowler's all-time leading scorer. He has missed only 10 XPs, extra points, in 834 tries in a career. First joined the Bears in 1949. So he was a rookie in 1949. That's crazy, man. All right, next pack. Put some bubble wrap on this guy. Another George Blanda right here. I'm going to take him out. Look at that hairdo. You don't see people with that kind of hairdo anymore. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe. So I'm going to get rid of that sleeve, and then I'm going to put them in this one. And I'll be honest, you guys, some of these cards eventually I'm going to send in to get graded for my collection. So, oh, those just fell out. All right, next pack. This was a group pack. So right here we have Horace Jones, defensive end for the Raiders. It says an underrated youngster who became a starter in his rookie season, 1971. Horace was named to several all-pro rookie teams at defensive end. A strong and aggressive defender, he has improved his strength through the weight training. Horace lettered 3 seasons at Louisville and was team's most valuable player in 1970. Then down here, it says, who was the first QB to lead his team to 4 championships? It says Norm Van Brocklin. So here's, this one's not in the best shape in the corners there. Not too bad. And then here's the second one for him. And then, yeah, we got the double O auto, Jim Otto right there, Raiders center. So actually, that card's not in too bad a shape. This is Jim caught a pass in the postseason play versus Steelers in 1972. One of the few remaining original AFLers. He has now played in 182 consecutive regular season games with the Raiders, an outstanding competitor, hustle, and team player. He has missed only a few minutes of playing time in 13 years. Jim is an all-pro. Down here it says who had the most 100-yard rushing games, and it was Larry Brown with 6. So pretty cool Jim Otto right there, guys. All right, then we get in a tight end. Raymond Chester right here. I would say the true number 87. Says Raymond set a record for the Raiders tight ends by catching 8 passes for 110 yards against the Redskins in 1970. He was AFC's 9th leading receiver in 1970. And down here it says what town is considered to have had. Sorry, guys, it's hard to read sometimes when it's far away. Had it first pro team. Had the first pro team. Says Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Interesting. Then there's the second one for Raymond Chester right there. Then we got Eugene Upshaw, guard for the Raiders. Says Eugene won honors as a all-league offensive lineman for his 6th year in a row in 1972. He started with the Raiders since his rookie year in 1967. He has an excellent speed and leads sweeps. Chosen as AFL All-Star in 1967, 68, and 69. He played in the 1968 AFL All-Star game. Eugene's brother, Marvin, is with the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. And then this down here, it says, which teams are still in the NFL since league started? And it says Green Bay, Packers, and Chicago Bears. So Gene Upshaw. And then right here, this is like one of the most iconic cards. And I know why this card is so hard to find and get, but I'm telling you, like, this is a card that is really hard to find. And especially that might not be, really tore up. So AFC semifinal game, Steelers 13, Raiders 7. This was the Immaculate Reception game. Just kind of give some individual stats. I'm not going to read that, but yeah, that's a pretty sick card right there, guys. AFC semifinal game. So put that guy right there for now. It's pretty sick. All right, next up, we got a Pete Benazak, running back for the Raiders. Card's in actually pretty good shape, I'd say. It says Pete set a new record club receiving record in 1971 with 8 touchdowns. His best game in pro football was 123 gained in the 1969 game against the Chargers. Then down here, it says, when was the first time the Cardinals were an NFL champs? 1925. So the Cardinals were champs in 1925. That's pretty crazy. So I don't know. I guess we'll put as long as it don't reflect too bad. Put Pete Benadzak right there. Then we got a box here we're gonna open up. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. All right, right off the bat, we have a Bob Brown tackle. He was a super stud for the Raiders. Recognized as an all-pro performer 7 times in his 9 years. Bob is regarded as a pro football's best right defensive tackle, selected 7 times to the Pro Bowl squad. He helped the Rams set an NFL record for protecting the passer in 1969. Bob was voted as the outstanding lineman by his Rams teammates in 1968, 69, and 70. And then down here it says, what is a very long pass called? A bomb. That's funny. So pretty cool. It's actually in pretty good shape. We got Carlton Oates, defensive tackle for the Raiders. Veteran who has been a Raider regular for past 5 seasons. Carlton can play end or tackle. He scored on fumble recovery and has a safety on to his credit. So pretty cool right there, Carlton Oates. And then, yeah, we got Kenny the Snake Stabler right here, quarterback. It's not in the best shape. The corners are a little nicked, but it's all good, and I'll take it. Says Ken scored a touchdown versus the Steelers in AFC playoffs, 1972. Excellent passer with strong arm. He serves as a holder, field goal, extra point attempts. You got to think Ken Stabler too. He was a backup. He was actually drafted in 1968, but this is considered his rookie card. But he wasn't even playing most of the season in 1972. And in the Immaculate Reception game, he only came in like in the fourth quarter because George Blanda was throwing interceptions all over the place. So pretty sweet Ken Stabler card right there. I have to put him over Jim Otto, I guess. But yeah, the Snake, man, it's pretty sick. This was one, man. They went to town on this sucker. They taped these suckers all up. So I don't know. We've already done the George Atkinson and Pete Benadzak, but all right, I'm not going to tear this apart right now. Art Thomas, defensive tackle, says possessed with fine speed and reactions, Art has a knack of knocking down opponents. Passes at the line of scrimmage. He returned 2 kickoffs for 30 yards in 1970. And it says, how many people have returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns in 2 games? And then down here it says 2. So I'm going to put that up here just so it's all taped together. But yeah, I'll be curious to see what kind of condition this George Atkinson card is in. There's some of these cards were harder to find than others, like the George Atkinson one, like was harder to find, like ones that might be in better shape. This card right here is another one hard to find in good shape for that year. Looks like they've put some basketball cards on here. Then, of course, we got the Willie Brown. So pretty cool Willie Brown card right here. So it's a double. They put 2 in here. So boom, Willie Brown. Pretty cool, guys. Pretty cool. Willie Brown. We got one of the Raiders' most honored players. Willie has been named to every All-Pro team for a 3rd time in 1972. He's intercepted at least 1 pass in every pro season. Nice. Then down here it says, which team first successfully used the T formation? And it says the Chicago Bears. So we're gonna have to we'll put Willie Brown right there. All right, got some group packs here. So we got another George Atkinson right there. Got the one and the only Phil Villapiano, man. The Foo. Look at that. Look how young he looks. Says a fine tackler with excellent pursuit. Phil was one of 5 finalists for a title of AFC Rookie of the Year in 1971. He had key interceptions at Denver and Atlanta. And then down here it says, besides leading the league passing 3 times, which other category did Van Brocklin set the pace. It says punting. So yeah, that's this Phil Villapiano card's in pretty good shape. So is the next one, not too bad. So pretty sweet right there, man. Some Phil Villapiano. The Foo. Love me some Philly. I'd like to get an autograph of his before he is no longer with us. Hopefully he's with us a lot longer. But all right, we got a Jim Otto, center for the Raiders. Card's in pretty good shape. Pretty good shape right there. You guys hit the like button, subscribe, appreciate it. Then we got a Bob Brown and Horace Jones. I think we already did Horace Jones, right? Yeah. So not too bad. So this is the third Jim Otto right here. Third Jim Otto. So one's where if I got a quantity of 3, we'll go in the 5-pack giveaways that we're doing. So, oh, they wrote it on the other thing. All right, we'll put him right there. Next up. Oh, I gotta get my knife out. All right, so we got Carlton Oates, defensive tackle, and another Carlton Oates. Dang, that one's actually in really good shape. Both of these are actually pretty dang good shape. So, cool. Take that. Oh, that's the wrong card. Sorry, guys. That's 1972 Jim Otto. Guess we still open it up, but 1972 Jim Otto. So that won't be part of this giveaway. That one's mine. All right, next up. Boom, Art Shell rookie card. Sick. Art Shell rookie. It's one of the players I wanted. I was like, you can get a whole set, get an Art Shell rookie card. I was like, heck yeah. This one's in pretty good shape. It says, propose with excellent size, strength, and agility, and help the Raiders set rushing record in game versus Bengals 69. He has played in 70 consecutive games. So, and then down here it says, how many seasons was Gino Capellet leading scorer? 61, 63, 66. So, pretty cool Art Shell card right there. Rookie card. Boom, another Art Shell. Take that. There's another Ken Stabler rookie card right here. This one's not in the best shape, but all good. We got a Jack Tatum. Jack Tatum, man. Look at that. It's pretty cool. Says one of the Raiders' brightest young players, Jack, is a powerful tackler. He stepped up at free safety his first preseason game in 1971 and has remained at the post. Sick. And then down here it says, who holds the record longest run with a recovered fumble? Jack Tatum, 1972, Oakland. Nice. That's cool. Jack Tatum, these are hard to find. It's hard to find that Jack Tatum card, man. I spent hours trying to find Jack Tatum cards. George Blanda, another Willie Brown. So that's pretty cool. All right, move on. There's a lot more cards in this set than you would think for Raider cards. I forget how many it was. I think it was like 22. Oh, another Jim Otto. So I'll keep one of the. That's not going to be part of this giveaway, but I'll keep one. One of those again be in the giveaway pile. Boom, another art shell. So I think that's like 3 art shells, maybe 4. So there'll be some art shell cards that go in the giveaway piles. Rookie cards. So got some extras of him for everybody. And then tape this up. Put a bunch of sleeves to protect this Jack Tatum card. So another Jack Tatum right there. That one's not in the best shape. Getting close to the finish line here. Got a Charlie Smith. Charlie Smith and Jack Tatum. 2-for-1 special. So it's pretty cool. Jack Tatum card's in a little bit better shape than the other Jack Tatum card. Then Charlie Smith, it says a strong, durable runner and fine receiver. Charlie scored in both the Oiler playoff game and Chief championship game in 1969 for the Raiders. And down here it says, what is the tight end's job? Offensive end, who is part blocker and receiver. That's kind of like Mr. Obvious, but I guess back in the day, probably trying to educate people about positions. Dang, dude, why did these... So some of these are mixed up. That's a Ken Stabler. I don't even know what year that is, but that won't be part of this. This is a 1975 Ken Stabler. But I may have gotten more than one of those. If I did, extras will go in the giveaway pile when we do that. So this is... Another 1972 Gene Upshaw. I thought I separated the 1972 stuff from this year, but I guess not. So apologize for that. Then we got a Phil Villapiano. pretty sick. So always like some Phil Villapiano. And then we got a Gene Upshaw. Nice. All right, right here we got a Fred Belendikoff. Oh, these have more than one in there. So we got a Fred Belendikoff, a Willie Brown. Willie Brown's in pretty good shape. Carlton Oates. Got a Horace Jones. Marv Hubbard. Another Marv Hubbard. We got a rookie Mike Ciani. Charlie Smith. Nehemiah Wilson. And another Nehemiah Wilson. So this would be Mike Ciani's rookie card right there. I guess I open this one. All right. Next up. Raiders checklist. Nice. Raiders checklist, team checklist right here. Pretty cool. Let's see, we're down to 2 packs. 2 packs, 2 packs. Cut this one either, I guess. All right. Second to last, what we got? Ken Stabler. That will go in the giveaway if it's extra. That's not part of the 1973 cards. And last card. We'll do this giveaway and then wrap her up. Got another AFC semifinal card. So that's pretty sweet. What do you guys think of all that? So I'm going to do a recap. I need to put these, I'm going to put these in order real quick, guys. So be patient with me so I can kind of do a little recap deal coming up here. It's going to take me a few minutes to find these cards so I can show them all in order. What do you guys think? What's your favorite card in this pack here? At all these ones we did. Anybody got a favorite? Like, I know I have a preference, but what do you guys think? Is there someone in here you're like, man, it's my favorite card right there? Maybe you had a favorite player, depending on how old you are. Or maybe maybe your parents, maybe your dad or something had a favorite player. Need the Bob Brown card. I'm gonna say mine is it's tough. I mean, I really like the AFC championship card right here. I mean, I think that one's got to be up there with it. But I also really like Willie Brown. I think that's a pretty cool looking card. Raymond Chester. Not a bad card either. Next up, Marv Hubbard. He's in the stack right here, I think. I mean, the Ken Stabler is the one I'm probably leaning to most. When you start looking at some of these studs, it does make it tough. I'll be honest. Like you start thinking about it, you're like, man, well, that was a good player. That's a cool card, you know. And Horace Jones. We have a Horace Jones over here. Carlton Oates. Carlton Oates. Okay, Jim Otto. Art Shell. Mike Ciani. Almost done, guys. Just trying to get these in order so I can go over these. And if they're not all in these cases, when I go to do it, they'll slide all over the place like they've done before. Charlie Smith. Where'd Charlie boy go? Got Charlie Smith right here. Put him in a case. Might run out of sleeves. Stabler. I have to take this tape off this one, but they It like straight up went crazy on this one. Usually I don't mind. This might be a little overkill, but problem is sometimes like if the tape was in the heat or something, it's not even going to pull nicely. It's just going to keep ripping all over the place. Oh man, these guys really went to town on this. Stabler, Art Thomas, Upshaw, Phil Villapiano. Probably have to steal a sleeve here. We got sleeves on order. Went to Walmart, went to Target. They were all sold out of top sleeves. And Nehemiah Wilson, last one. All right, almost there. Need one more sleeve. Top loader. Let's steal this one, I guess. Horace Jones. We got a set. Got a complete set here. There's one more card I didn't get. It's not part of this, but it's Fred Belendikoff and another wide receiver because Fred Belendikoff was the leading wide receiver you guys could look for and get. All right, so check it out, guys. We just opened up the 1973 Topps football, and this is the Raiders checklist. So I got a set for myself as well as a set to give away. So we'll just go over it real quick, do a quick review. So the Raiders checklist right there. So Raiders checklist right there. And we have George Atkinson, safety. Pete Benadzak, Fred Belendikoff, George Blanda, Bob Brown, Willie Brown, Raymond Chester, Marv Hubbard, Horace Jones, Carlton Oates, Jim Otto, Art Shell, rookie, Mike Ciani, rookie, Charlie Smith, Ken Stabler, the Snake, rookie, Art Thomas, Eugene or Gene Upshaw, Phil Villapiano, like that card, Nehemiah Wilson, and last but not least, the AFC semifinal game, Steelers 13, Raiders 7. This would have been the card of the Immaculate Reception. All right, guys, let's get into this giveaway. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know we're going for about an hour here, so thank you guys, everybody, for your patience. We have a couple things out of my way coming up here. Then give me a minute. I'll flip my camera around, and then we'll do the giveaway. Put on 1 minute video. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe. Appreciate that. So I'll be right back in like 1 minute, 1 to 2 minutes.
The greatness of the Raiders. Some may scoff, but what other pro sports team is instantly identified with the song Equality? Or was his greatest accomplishment providing the NFL with a much-needed villain?
If there's anything we've ever done that I'm particularly proud of, I would have to say that the perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders, to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
The thing that disturbed me most of all was the bad faith and fair dealing. For 3 years, I waited to hear Commissioner Rozelle finally tell us the reason that he wanted to split up this territory amongst the owners. They wanted it for themselves.
Commitment to excellence. There's a commitment to excellence. The greatest players. We could get the greatest coaches. The great games we've played in. The flame that would burn brightest here is the will to win. Is the will to win. Is the will to win.
Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
The effort is outstanding. How about those Raiders, man?
The greatness of the Raiders. Some may scoff, but what other pro sports team is instantly identified with a song like this one?
All right, everybody, it's time for the giveaway. This is the 1973 football show for the 1972 Raiders, but they're 1973 tops. It's a full, complete set that I'm giving away to one lucky member in the chat. So hopefully you guys are excited. Wanted to do a theme show. Thought it'd be something a little different, cool, or whatever. So we're going to do the giveaway right now. The name was hashtag 1973 tops. We have 11 entries. We're going to draw right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drum roll. Raiders. Boom. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Good luck. Southside Raider. Southside, welcome to the Southside. Southside, what is going on, man? Southside, one of the OGs up in here, dude. So hopefully Southside's still in the chat. I'd hate to give this away to someone else, so you got to put something in the chat here, my brother. Give you about a minute to respond. I know there's a little bit of delay. Southside was the winner, so Southside. Give you about a minute to respond. If Southside is not live in the chat, we will move on to the next person. Southside, I know you got to be in here, bro. Did you leave? Oh, all eyes. Asked how you entered. You only caught replays. You just have to be live in the chat, man. Well, you got to be subscribed is the first thing. And then you got to type in the name. So the name for tonight was hashtag 1978 tops. So each show, when I do a giveaway, you got to be live in the chat. You got to enter whatever the keyword is, hashtag whatever the keyword is. And then I do the drawing, the spin wheel kind of deal. It randomly select somebody. Uh-oh. Rebel Raider wants to try to quadruple dip. Saying Southside left a long time ago. All right, Southside, you're on the clock, man. You got about 30 seconds left, bro. 30 seconds left, Southside. Yeah, turn the Noti bell on. I know there's a delay. Let me pull up my phone because my phone, I think, is a little faster than when I receive it on here. If Southside's not in here, we're going to move on to the next person, guys. So don't go anywhere. Or actually, you can go somewhere if you want. We'll just keep moving along until we find somebody here. I'm not seeing him. All right, last call. We're going to draw again, guys. I'm sorry, but that's the rules, dude. That's how I roll. If you're not live in the chat, we roll to the next winner. I love Southside. He's one of the OGs in here. I've given plenty of chances for him to respond. So, kind of sucks for him, but someone else is going to win this pack right here, guys. This is like valued like over like this close to $200 out of my own pocket right here, guys. No, JT Money. Don't be entering it more than once. I think that's why, yeah, only enter that shit one time. I don't want to get upset, but like, yeah, just put it in one time. All right, we're going to draw this again. All right. So the first winner was Southside Raider. He's not live in the chat. That's my rules. It's plain and simple. You type it in. You got to be live. If you're not live, I'll give you about 1 to 2 minutes to respond. You're not in here, we'll move on to the next person. So we're going to have to draw again. And the hashtag name was hashtag 1978 top. So we're going to draw again, guys. Drum roll, Raiders. Boom. Good luck, everybody. Who's it going to be? Oh, my God. You got to be shitting me. Rebel Raider. How many times? If you entered that shit a bunch of times, I'm not going to honor this. I'm going to scroll up. If you guys are spamming the chat when I told you just put that shit in one time, I'm going to move on. Because, like, I think the system is putting it in to where whoever enters that shit more than once. I'm only saying that because Rebel Raider has won like 4 times or something. So he gave it up yesterday, but I'm just going to scroll up and I'm just looking through the chat here real quick. I love you, Rebel Raider, but I'm just going to make sure that I want to make sure the shit's fair. I don't want anybody to get sideshowed. You know what I mean? So far, I'm not seeing a whole lot of 73 tops. I don't know what you guys are saying because I'm looking all the way like when I first started the show. I just don't, I just want to make sure it's fair for everybody. I don't want someone to feel like, it wasn't fair or something. You know what I mean? So just give me a second. I'm almost done. I'm scrolling back down. All right. He didn't spam it, guys. It was a fair drawing. I looked. I didn't see it like more than once or maybe once or twice. So, I'm going to say Rebel Raider is the winner, guys. So shout out to Rebel Raider. I don't know how you always win, dude. But shout out to you, bro, I guess. So crazy, man. He said you keep saying hashtag. Yeah, I know. But that's because if new people are just tuning in, dude, that's why I've said that. But he only entered it in like one time. I mean, someone double checked me, but like, I didn't see him enter in more than one time. Yeah, 10-day said he only entered once. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. So it's a fair drawing. So congrats, Rebel Raider, dude. He won again. I don't know how he does it, but he just won the freaking 1973 pack of cards. So I don't get it. I don't know. I'm just using this thing that StreamYard has. You know what I mean? It just says type in the hashtag name. I could try a different system. You know what I mean? But damn, that's pretty cool though. I mean, he got something pretty cool. Maybe it's pretty cool. What do you guys think, man? So congrats. Too bad Southside wasn't in here, but congrats to Rebel Raider. I literally just was packing up your package earlier to ship out on Monday because I didn't get a chance to ship yours out last week because I was working late. So I'm probably going to unpack yours and I'll just put all these in a one shipment. I'll probably have to put these ones in a box now. But yeah, so I'm going to Vegas with Rebel Raider. Yeah, I know. He said, I think you need a different wheel, bro, but thanks. I know. I don't know, man. I mean, I would prefer to do paper drawings, dude, and just, you know what I mean? Because I don't like technology. I don't like relying on stuff like this, So, yeah. He said we like him anyways. Yeah. I don't know, man. Yep. Southside, dude. I'm sorry, bro. Dude, where were you, man? Oh, he's giving his son a bath, dude. Damn, man. All right. Well, I'm sorry, bro, but those are the rules. So apologize that you missed out, but yeah, that's why I make rules. So that way, you know what I mean? Nobody thinks I'm favoring anybody or anything else. So, instead we gave Rebel Raider his like 20th win, But yeah, so right on, guys. Well, pretty cool set, man. I think there's other sets of the Raider cards that are cool, or if you're a fan of a different team, something different I wanted to do. I just thought this was a cool set. I thought there's a lot of good Raider players in here that I wanted for my collection, and then I wanted to do like a big giveaway, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. Make sure you guys share, like, subscribe, all that good jazz, so there'll be other giveaways. I got like a few other shows planned that are similar to this, that have a theme. So, I'm constantly like trying to be creative. I'm going to do some editing. I'll speed it up when I do the editing, try to pick the highlights, and then see if I can give any history of some of these guys each time I show a card. Maybe it's kind of my thinking. So, I'll definitely have to shorten the length of the video. I know most people don't want to do a video, like listen to something for more than an hour. That's kind of long, but just something I wanted to do. So I don't know, I'm doing my best I can is all I can say, guys, trying to get back and whatnot, so hopefully you guys enjoy this. Try to do something a little different, not just for myself, other people, but, most guys, if they're doing, even card breaks, they're doing it a little bit differently. So this is just something I thought would be cool. It wasn't cheap, to say the least, to do this, but something that I thought would be cool to pay it forward, do something different. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy it, man. Congrats to Rebel Raider. See what you guys are saying in the chat here, and then I'll close out here real quick. I know. And Southside, it was like a difference of 5 minutes, bro. If you had been here like 5 minutes, he said, do you have the score, Bo Jackson, and shoulder pads with bat? We're going to do a show on that. We're going to do a show on that one right there. That's one of my theme shows that I got. I do have one, but it's not in great shape. But we're going to be hunting for a Bo Jackson card of what you just said. So that's one of my theme shows coming up, to give you a little sneak peek of what I'm thinking. So yeah, Rebel Raiders always supporting. All you guys are, man. So Yeah, the boat with Jackson with pads and the lightning ones. Yeah, those are sick. I know, bro. Thank you guys, dude. Appreciate you, Kevin Fleming, man. JT Money said, I got salute hardcore, very awesome dude. He made our Raider Nation better. I'm super stoked for all of our lives, Raider Nation. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. I try. I'm a fiery fan, as most people know, but you know, I try to get back, do something different, you know. So nobody that I've seen that do card collecting like does themed shows. So, you know, it's something, you know, I want to do, you know. Can't always do ones this big. I would love to have the money to do something this big, but to do a themed show like this, I think is pretty cool, guys. I just got to get better at it, you know. I'm kind of rusty. I'm not a card breaker, you know what I mean? Like I want to share this with everybody, but you know, it's, you know, a little different for me than like other stuff I've done, but you know, I'm work in progress. Obviously we'll try to get better, but nevertheless, you know, I just want to say thank you guys, everybody that's supported me through the years and whatnot, be able to, you know, pay something forward to someone else. You know, you guys, if you're in a situation where you can pay it forward to someone, you know, I encourage you guys to do that as well. And yeah, so I'll get these cards shipped out this week to Rebel Raider. Congrats everybody. And you know, try to do some more theme shows. You know, if we could do a theme show once every so often, you know, kind of thing, or if we hit a milestone. I was going to wait till we hit 500 subs to do this show, to be honest with you guys. But, you know, I'll try to do another big giveaway at like, you know, 500 subs, you know, since I just started this, trying to do some different stuff. So make sure you guys share this, man, with everybody. And, you know, whatever, if you guys are doing card collecting, good luck in your ventures. You know, some of these, you know, could be gems one day, you know, the Art Shell right here, you know, rookie card, the Kenny Stabler, you know, so some of these, you know, eventually I'm going to send in to get graded, you know. I mean, the AFC final game, I'm telling you guys, this is a hard card to get right here. So pretty sweet, man. Pretty sweet. And some of these, you know, I had to spend more than my typical budget for giving away. You know what I mean? Some of these were, you know, not exactly cheap cards, you know, and some of them are hard to find. So you get a complete set of a team you love, of a year that's important to you, integral to your fandom. You know, I think that's a cool thing to have, you know. This is a set that I'm going to keep forever. And I think it's part of our history. And any sports fan or, you know, whatever team you might be a fan of, I think something like this is important. So appreciate you guys, man. I'm going to close it out here. Make sure you guys have a good weekend, and thanks for tuning in to Hardcore Card Collecting. We'll catch you next time. I'll be live next Saturday, probably like 7 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll go back to our regular opening the 25 card lots for the Raider breaks. So, and got some other ideas as well I'm working on. So appreciate you guys. You guys take care. And as always, make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time.
The greatness of the Raiders. Some may scoff, but what other pro sports team has instantly identified the song Equality? Or was his greatest accomplishment providing the NFL with a much-needed villain?
If there's anything we've ever done that I'm particularly proud of, I would have to say that the perpetuation of the greatness of the Raiders, to take a professional football team and give it a distinct characteristic that's different from all others.
The thing that disturbed me most of all was the bad faith and fair dealing. For 3 years, I waited to hear Commissioner Rozelle finally tell us the reason that he wanted to split up this territory amongst the owners. They wanted it for themselves.
Commitment to excellence. There's a commitment to excellence. The greatest players. We could get the greatest coaches. The great games we've played in. The flame that would burn brightest here is the will to win. Is the will to win. Is the will to win.
Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
The effort is outstanding.